Let's talk about the business as it stands today. Talk to me about the size and scope of Easa Al Gurg and the components of the portfolio.
My grandfather founded this group in 1960, starting with real estate. We're mainly into four main verticals. We're into the real estate segment, into industrial segment, the retail and lifestyle, as well as manufacturing. And we have 27 companies within the group. We have 7 joint ventures and growing. We've partnered with many of the global brands such as Siemens, Unilever, AkzoNobel, and many more, actually. And we've grown organically and inorganically over the past decades. But I think we're in a very, very good place today.
And no business is perfect, of course. You are vulnerable to domestic and external headwinds. Is there anything that's keeping you awake at night at the moment when you think about the state of the world and you think about the state of the UAE?
The main requirement that any organization has to have is that you need to make sure that you're able to adapt quickly to changing environments around you. We're living in a very unique geographical location. We're living in a very unique time as well, be it from the supply chain issues that are faced globally or the aftermaths of the COVID era, for example, and being able to continuously adapt as well when it comes to the supply chain issues is something which we are able to look at from each business's perspective. So as of today, I'm glad to say I don't have anything that keeps me awake at night.
Let's talk about the other trends we're seeing in the business. Retail increasingly leaning towards e-commerce, because what we're seeing is bricks and mortar now largely becoming bricks and clicks. What are the trends you're seeing in retail in particular?
Becoming click and mortar, I think.
Click and mortar?
Click and mortar.
Okay.
I believe both are important. We've seen a lot of back and forth between clients who like to use their iPhones or iPads or whatever, or their desktops to purchase online. But there are certain clientele who prefer to still come to the showroom to feel the item they're planning to buy, whether it's furniture, whether it's a fridge or a washing machine. I think both complement each other quite importantly. We are investing heavily into our e-commerce platforms and trying to establish a stronger presence over there. It's a completely different world out there, and I believe you will never be able to get the right formula to be perfect in it, but we keep changing our approach every single day.
So what does close to perfect look like in the retail space for the group?
Close to perfect is continuous growth, be it in turnover and profitability, especially in these times. And that's one thing that I'm actually able to see today, which is which gives me quite a lot of confidence about our market as well.
The other aspect of the business I wanted to ask you about is construction as well. Construction and the property market, highly cyclical in the UAE. We've seen peaks and troughs over many, many years. How would you describe the state of the market today?
I think there is a bit of refocus happening now, especially after Expo. But the way that UAE and Dubai specifically has always been behaving over the past decades of our lives is that we always come up with a new surprise every now and then. We're yet to see the next surprise, but we're preparing for it. As a group, we are continuing to invest in our businesses. We're not affected in any way by these cyclical events, but we are able to identify that, okay, as we see retail is performing well today, we believe that the construction market will perform better in the next year or so. And it's usually a matter of who's able to sustain themselves for the longest period, because you see a lot of organizations or companies coming in and out of the business. And our objective as a group has always been to play for the long term and to be able to plan for the long term in our businesses overall.
Easa, what do you think is key to keeping momentum in the property and construction market going from this point on?
I believe a very important factor would be the control of the amount of projects that are coming into the market. We've seen a lot of that happening over the past few years. We've seen some projects being re-evaluated. We've seen some projects being strengthened even further, for example. We have a lot of new upcoming projects, be it in Dubai or in Abu Dhabi, but I believe it's important to identify the right ones at the right time. We may have a very good opportunity, but maybe the timing would have been better 6 months from now or a year from now. And having that control over allowing investments to come in a continuous flow is important.